Witch's Hill.
Why does your smell gross?
Because it came within me.
Where did it come from?
From...
I mean, there's many places a smell could come from.
Yes. My heart.
Your heart smells.
Yes.
How would your heart smell?
I've been eating too much bacon.
Bacon gives you cholesterol.
Uh-huh.
So you're saying...
Have you ever smelled cholesterol?
What does cholesterol smell like?
Burnt bacon and dying babies.
How do you know what dying baby smells like?
Well, there was this one time underneath the... You know what? That's a different story.
I think that's a story for now.
I mean, have you ever really gone underneath an underpass or an overpass like around like 2 o'clock in the morning with a blender? You'll find some fucked up shit, dude.
Why would you need a blender to find fucked up shit?
You don't need a blender. It's just fun.
I'm more confused at how you're gonna get a blender to work. What, you got a battery pack
Oh, it
with a
doesn't
generator?
need to work. You just make the noises and scare homeless people. And then they leave their babies, and then you take the baby. You know what? We're getting too far into this. Too many details.
Yeah, everyone's gonna learn about your Saturday nights.
They're not Saturday. You know what? Sometimes they transition Friday nights going to Saturday mornings.
Today's Friday. Is that why you're leaving early today?
I might be, Tim. I have a quota to make.
Jesus.
It's getting to the end of the year. I still haven't hit the perfect number yet.
And what it would be the perfect number?
2019. That's how many I need.
2019. What are you at?
Yeah. 2017.
Oh.
I need 2 more, and I'm hoping that tonight I'm gonna go to Atlantic City and win me some baby.
You couldn't even keep the straight face for that last part.
No, I had to look away.
Yeah, that's fair. Welcome to Witch's Hill. I am Tim.
I'm Pat.
And he's... It sounded like you didn't want to say your name.
I was gonna say something else and my mind just froze.
I'm not even gonna ask. So, it has been a wonderful year. We've both had a wonderful time doing this show.
Oh yeah, definitely. A lot of fun times on here.
And now it's over!
Yeah.
The year.
Oh shit, the bomb dropped.
No, that was a bottle of Sprite, because Mika's trying to get something. And she gave up.
No, she grabbed something. She just put it down and put her paw on it.
No one can see. It's a crayon. Oh, no, wait, that's a white bed.
She picked up a black crayon and put it on a white bed. That noise was Tim chucking the cat at the wall. Mika is now gone.
Mika has gone to the other room, because Mika can't be in here right now.
No, the other room is called the Afterlife.
She's getting so big.
Yeah, she is. She's fluffy as shit.
She's super fucking fluffy.
She would make a good sock.
I don't know. You were not making a sock out of my cat.
I'm not going to.
You know what? She's a demonic fucking creature. But I've said it before. She's my demonic creature.
She's really soft.
She is really soft, and she's a real fucking shit to sleep with at night. Oh my god.
Yeah, she jumps on your face and shit.
Yeah, Nikki was sleeping over the other day, and she kept pouncing on her face 5 times.
Yeah, it was funny. I was watching.
She's done that to Diane, and it's made me like, come on, Mika, I love you, but don't do that.
You know, like my cat Wesker, he hides on the back corner of our shelf, and it's so close to our bed that I'm always on the outside, so I'm always watching horror movies or some fucked up shit, or I'm on Reddit or something. I'm just like trying to find the creepiest shit, and it's always whenever I'm like, I zone everything else out and it's just me and my laptop, that the little fucker jumps off the top and lands right next to me. And I mean like right next to me, to the point where his claws are going into my pants right next to me. It's just, I've come so close to punching my cat.
Yeah, I've done that.
You've punched your cat?
No, I've come close.
Oh. I was like, oh shit.
Anyway.
Yeah, back on track. Fucking cats.
So it has been a wild year, and today we wanted to do a year in review. We wanted to go over every most fucked up things that have happened throughout the world this year.
Yes, not just in the U.S., but yeah, all the things that have happened this year. Not all of them, but yeah, we got a nice little list that we each kind of went through and kind of picked out certain things for ourselves. I got a nice little list here, and eventually after we go through that, we'll talk about some of the things that will be looking forward to, and hopefully you will too. So
With next year.
yeah, so we got a lot of plans for fucking next year.
Oh yeah, we do. So I guess let's just start it off regionally. You know, we're from the Chicagoland area. So everyone, of course, knows. I feel like everyone's first thought when it comes to Chicago is, oh, you're gonna get shot, which is somewhat true because in Chicago, about 552 people approximately have been shot this year, shot and killed this year.
Oh,
which
wow.
is surprisingly like it's almost 100 fewer than last year.
Yeah, 93 fewer than 2017.
And about 100 less than that.
Yeah.
2016 was a deadly year for Chicago.
Fuck yeah, it was deadly. Every weekend, like, my dad, whenever I told him, like, yeah, you know, I'm going on Belmont, or I'm going up to Evanston or something like that, he's like, well, you know, that's like right outside Chicago, like the real Chicago, you know? Not Evanston.
Evanston.
That's not fucking Chicago. I'm sorry, it's not.
And anyone who's been to Evanston's gonna tell you, really?
That's like calling Schaumburg or Naperville like Chicago. Like, are you
Yeah.
from Ohio?
Honestly, I would.
No offense to you people, but like, that's not Chicago.
It's not like the south side of Chicago or some of the west neighborhoods. It's
Yeah.
just specific neighborhoods is really what it is.
Yeah, I mean, there's those, like, I think it was like on the Dan Ryan, or it was like I-95 or something, that I think it was a couple times in the past year that somebody was just taking fucking shots at people in cars.
Randomly on the highway?
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember hearing about that. I think that was the year actually that I lived in Logan Square for a little bit.
Okay, so this was a couple of years back, but as you guys could see that, yeah, things have gotten better here.
Just slightly.
Yeah, we've only had one on the fucking expressway this year.
I mean, come on, guys. Just 550 deaths. It's nothing.
Come on, you got my bumper. You didn't get my daughter this year.
Jesus Christ. So, what other regional? Do you have any other regional stuff?
As for me, let's see here. I've got two.
You have 2 arms, yes,
Yes.
and 2 legs.
I have 2 dicks.
Really?
Yeah, both in a jar, and they're not mine.
Oh, so that when you say you have a penis, you only have 2 in a jar.
Yeah.
You don't have your own.
How do you think I make jardiniere?
Anyway,
Ew.
you just made me not want to have fucking jardinera, and I love it on everything.
Why do you think it's so spicy?
God damn it.
As for, like, locally, I really don't have anything that pinpoints down, like, Chicago specifically, but I'll go ahead and just fucking say this one. 2018 gave the highlight to the fucking Tide Pod Challenge. Now, not many people have actually done it, but the fact that it literally came to light from people are fucking stupid. And yeah, maybe not many have eaten them or died or anything like that, but it's the fact that this was newsworthy. Like, what the fuck?
This took over all of the news, and this is how 2018 kicked off.
Yeah.
If you want that pretty much summarizes this whole fucking year.
Would you say that 2018 started off with a tidal wave?
God damn it. Pun.
Pun. And you know what's fucked up?
Huh.
I literally wrote down pun. I'm not kidding. It's right there.
Oh my god.
Do you have any other things for Chicago specifically?
No, I don't, actually. That was the only thing I thought that was worth looking up.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, Chicago's not really known more for than, like, okay, yeah, we got some good deep dish pizza. And
We have better
gas.
pizza than New York. I'm sorry, I will argue anyone to the death. Chicago beats New York. Fuck you.
Chicago, come on!
Got my sausage.
Sausage.
And the bears.
The Bears.
The bears.
The Bears and the pizza.
Are they? I don't follow sports ball. Are they like doing a thing this year?
What?
Is the Bears doing the thing on sports ball this year?
I think they're always doing stuff with sports ball. I mean, they're a sports team.
But I mean, aren't they like actually? I don't know. I am not the sports ball guy.
The Bears have now turned over to the Blackhawks, and now they're doing hockey.
Oh, so
And the Blackhawks are now,
baseball?
yeah,
No, there's soccer.
they're soccer. Everything's all topsy-turvy now.
All right, fuck sports.
Yeah, I'm not a big sports person.
So, let's expand out. What else? What else has been some major catastrophe? Ooh, let's go with that.
Okay.
Because I will say, Mother Nature hasn't been pretty happy with the human race this year.
Oh, you want to go off Mother Nature? All right. Let's talk about the 80,000 people who died during the massive flu outbreak in Puerto Rico right after the hurricane. I can't talk. Hurricane fucking Maria.
Jesus.
Yeah. A flu outbreak happened and 80,000 people fucking died from this.
80,000.
80,000 people.
From the flu.
Yeah, in 2018. Can you believe that?
Yeah, I know. I've refused to take a flu shot ever.
I actually had my first one in like 10 years I almost said the other day. Actually, it was last year. And it was like one of the only years I didn't get sick and everybody else did. And I'm like, wow, I felt like I'd actually dodged a bullet for once in my life.
You know what? I've never gotten sick from flu. I think I've had the flu maybe like once.
Dude, you're fucking lucky. It sucks. But, yeah, without a bunch of aid and stuff like that, yeah, everybody was dying left and right. And just imagine having all that devastation around you. I mean, Maria was fucking powerful, dude.
Yeah.
Like, horrible.
Well, speaking of, well, I guess it's not really a hurricane, but on another note, how about the Indonesian earthquake?
Yeah, that was devastating too.
That was followed by a tsunami, and I was looking up some of the statistics of this. This was late September, so this was just a few months ago. But Indonesia got hit with a 7.5 magnitude earthquake, which was followed by a tsunami that apparently they have like little detector buoys, and the detector buoys did not catch it.
That is absolutely terrifying.
That part was just like, what the fuck? So no one knew what the fuck was going on. Not to mention that the earthquake knocked out most of the power, so even the people a little more inland, no one had notice. No one had any fucking notice. That's
Absolutely terrifying. Can you imagine just being down there and just, oh, what's that out in the distance? That's not a cloud. Oh, fuck.
They had up to 10-foot waves.
Yeah, that's absolutely terrifying. Can you imagine that coming out of fucking nowhere?
Yeah. Approximately 844 people died.
That's sad, dude.
That's fucked up.
It came out of fucking nowhere.
And just those two incidents, that's like a fucking blip of all the fucking natural disasters. Mother Nature fucking hated us. I mean, I guess just say it, the few. I don't want to go into everything, but you know, we had the wildfires in California, yeah. Hurricane Michael, Hurricane Florence, the super typhoon. I'm not even going to pronounce this right. Mangkhut.
Super typhoon. But yeah, we've had a lot of fucked up shit that was happening. But other than just natural disasters, let's talk about man-made disasters.
All right, what do you
think?
Such
as the highest-ranking city with the most homicides.
Oh, I'm curious about this.
Yeah.
Because I remember you brought this up to me, and I figured it would be Chicago.
Yeah, that was your first one. You're like, Chicago! And I'm like, not this year. Not this year.
So, okay, how many do you have? How many top ones do you have?
I just have two. I have the top two ranking cities that had the most deaths or homicides per 100,000 people.
And Chicago didn't make it.
No.
Round of applause for Chicago, everyone.
Golf clap. It sounds like we're just fapping.
Maybe we are.
We didn't get shot.
Jesus. All right, so okay, what was number two?
Number two was Caracas in Venezuela at 111.19 people per 100,000 people. Now, I don't know how you get those 0.19%.
Yeah, no, like how does 0.19...
Well, he died, but he came back. Like, we resurrected him. Like, the bullet passed straight through him. You turned off for a minute. He came back. He's just like, it's all good. You know, I'm not entirely sure how that happens. But the highest ranking city with the most homicides per 100,000 people is Los Cabos in Mexico at 111.33. So it's only a small percentage off.
But god damn.
Yeah. So Mexico and Venezuela definitely be careful.
Yeah.
Be careful. If you're there and you're listening, be careful.
Be very careful.
Or if you're doing this, be careful, because I'm sure there's other people trying to fucking kill you too.
I know me and Diane were trying to plan. We've been able to put some money aside, and we're planning on. We wanted to do a nice vacation next year, and that was one of the places that we brought up. Was like, hey, what about going to like Mexico or something? And both of us were just kind of like, maybe not. maybe we'll hold off.
I mean, not every place down there is bad. I mean, there's a lot of beautiful places, but as of right now, there's a lot of let's just say negativity going on.
Yeah.
And it's not just on their end, it's on our end too.
Oh, God, yeah.
I mean, going along with the man-made disasters and other atrocities, I have another one. Unless you had one to interject.
No, I got a kind of a funny spin on the next one. So okay. you go first.
All right, The House of Horrors. This happened in 2018.
You were telling me about this. And
yeah, this is fucked up.
I remember hearing about this. This one was really fucked up.
Yeah, a 17-year-old girl escaped from her parents' house where 3 of her 12 brothers and sisters, so a total of 13 in this entire family, these people were being held against their will, being chained to a bed as a fucked up punishment. The girl snuck out of a window at her parents' house with a deactivated phone that could still connect to 911. The parents, David Turpin at age 56, and the mother, Louise Turpin at age 50, had been torturing their kids for years. The oldest of their kin was 29. Of the 50 charges put against them, only one was dismissed due to the lack of evidence that they had abused their 2-year-old. Physical and sexual abuse was reported from the 17-year-old, and a quote from the Washington Post reads as follows. The 17-year-old looked as if she was 10. A 12-year-old sibling weighed the same as an average 7-year-old. The oldest of the siblings, a 29-year-old, weighed only 82 pounds.
Jesus.
Yeah. Continuing on, the bail has been set at $12 million each. No sentence has been given as of yet, but they could face up to 94 years to life in prison. Personally, I just think they deserve worse. Like, you are gonna do that to your own fucking kids? You're gonna do that to anybody? Like, one, our judicial system is all types of fucked up because you can just get paid off if you do something that somebody else does. Like, there is no such thing as justice in this fucking country. It's all paid off. So if they have enough money, they will get away with it, and that's the fucking scariest part about it, is because evil gets away.
Well, were they like a well-to-do kind of family, or were they just some average middle American family that were just fucking psychos?
They look like just an average American family, but at the same time, you can't just go off like
looks.
Yeah. Because I mean, I'm friends or was friends with people who were very, very well off. I mean, like their family had millions of dollars, and they dressed like me. So yeah, just to put it bluntly. But yeah, that's something that's still going on, and we probably won't know about the sentencing until next year, because we know how these things kind of play out.
Has there been a court date set or no?
From what I was looking up, there has not been an official court date. All I know is that they are supposed to be in court next year at some point. I don't remember when. It might have been August or something.
Okay.
Or maybe it was April. I can't remember offhand, but for those of you who are trying to look into this, look up the Turpin family, or House of Horrors. That's the unofficial kind of name that they gave it, the House of Horrors.
Well, Jesus Christ, well, what's going on in there? Yeah, that's a pretty fucking fitting name.
Yeah, dude, I'm not going to be surprised if they make like some type of fucked up horror movie off something like this.
Yeah.
I mean, not to say that this type of shit has not happened before. I mean, we've heard about cases like this back in the 90s about parents abusing their kids, keeping them in basements, keeping them locked away for years and years at a time, starving them, malnourishing them.
Yeah.
It's fucking atrocious.
It is. So, I guess I'm going to flip it a little bit.
All right.
This one's for all the millennial listeners. all of us millennials, we all know, we've all heard over and over and over again that we've killed everything. I don't think there's one industry I haven't heard of that we're somehow contributing to the death of.
Yeah, we're the death of America, apparently. The death of the housing market because people don't want to go out and buy and like waste their money. They don't want to get married. They don't want to have kids. Well, I wonder why. Look what they did to the country.
Yeah. I mean, my favorite fucking meme is a picture of some dude standing there with 2 Gatling guns and it just says millennials over him. And then there's Bambi and Bambi's mom. Bambi is boomers and Bambi's mom is everything in America. I know. I was like, that's good.
That's fucking hilarious.
But the one thing that died that all of us millennials truly felt in our heart, Toys R Us. Mm-hmm. Toys R Us was killed this year, and I think all of our collective childhood all kind of died at that moment.
Oh, yeah, that was a place where a kid can be a kid. Where the hell kid's gonna be a kid? Apparently not at their parents' house.
No, because they might get tortured.
Yeah, chained to a bed.
But there is hope. There is hope because apparently the auction for the Toys R Us brand, it was canceled.
Yeah.
And there is talks reported from the Wall Street Journal that interests that now control the brand are considering on trying to revive both Toys R Us and Babies R Us. So we might be able to take the next generation of kids and show them like, hey, this is where a kid can be a kid.
I would also be happy if KB Toys came back.
Oh yeah, that was a thing.
Yeah, because I'm not gonna lie, KB Toys was the only place as a kid I could find Resident Evil action figures. Like I found Leon, Claire, fucking the Tyrant, Lickers, Hunk. Everything was there, and that was the only place in stores I could actually find it. And as time went on, you realize that like if you go on Amazon right now, I know I'm kind of sidetracking, but this all
fine.
Comes to a head because this is horror. This is horror, just action figure horror. I mean, they were fucking brutally like. They had a zombie with intestines hanging out and shit, and I'm like 7, like, I want that!
Didn't you have some of those?
Fuck yeah, dude, I still have them.
I remember that. You were always so proud of that when we were kids.
Oh, hell yeah. It was like the most gruesome thing I could have, and nobody else had, like, gruesome shit. The most gruesome thing that they had was like, oh, look, I put fucking fake blood on Winnie the Pooh. Like, gnarly. Right on, man. You definitely went last house on the left with that.
Yeah, just a little bit.
I'm personally excited to see if Toys R Us comes back because that, you know.
It'll be one thing that the millennials didn't kill.
Yeah, the only thing millennials didn't kill. Sorry?
You know what it is?
What?
It's those goddamn iPhones.
Hey, I'm on Android.
I proudly sport my iPhone that I got on a very good deal.
I mean, I can't really say anything. I'm literally staring at my Mac right now.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. In our studio with a Mac desktop.
Yeah, my MacBook Air.
Yeah.
I almost said Pro, that's why I said it like that. I'm not that stupid. MacBook Air.
Oh, God.
Anyway, continuing on. Instead of resurrection, let's go back to deaths. Sorry.
It's fitting.
Yeah, right?
It's fitting.
48 people killed and another 67 injured due to a suicide bombing in Kabul, the capital of Afghanistan. This all happened at an education center. The suspect was wearing a bomb belt in the northern area of, forgive my fucking crappy English, Baghlan. An attack that killed 9 policemen and 35 soldiers. The same day, a statement was issued by the Taliban saying that they couldn't guarantee the safety of Red Cross staff working in Afghanistan.
Jesus.
Yeah, a lot of crazy fucking shit. And, like, you know, a lot of this stems from the whole religious things, and people don't want to, you know, give up power of whatever they have held in certain areas to other people. And obviously, everybody who knows about these areas, this shit's been going on for a fucking long time.
Yeah.
So.
Actually, I think I've read about multiple different suicide bombings in roughly around those areas as well.
Yeah.
And there was quite a few number of deaths in each one.
Yeah, and honestly, like, personally, I haven't heard anything about the Taliban in fucking forever. Like, every time I've looked into something, it's always been ISIS or ISIL or however you want to pronounce it.
Yeah.
Because ISIS is supposed to be, like, a god and everything like that, and it's kind of slandering the name. So I understand the whole changing it to ISIL, but I don't know. But at the same time, I guess every time I say ISIS, I just think of Archer.
Yeah, I kind of see that too.
Yeah.
I mean, we could just call it what it looks like. Is.
Is? Oh no, is coming.
I mean, sure.
Yeah, why not? But, yeah, certain places in Afghanistan are still suffering from all this war and torture and just all around bad juju, you know?
Yeah, you could say that again. I'm trying to find out the areas that, because it was not just Afghanistan. It was also, I think there was a suicide bombing in Pakistan as well as like Syria, and like this major shooting in Nigeria. But you don't hear about that on the news because all we hear about is fucking stupid shit.
Yeah, it's literally like, oh, what's going on in California? This person fucking said this thing, and then blah, 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 blah.
Guys, Kanye West and Kim Kardashian are breaking up. Who fucking cares?
What, did that happen this year or something?
Apparently, because that's been all over fucking the news feeds and shit like that. And it's like, God damn it, tell me some real news. I don't give a fuck about some fake-ass Hollywood motherfuckers.
I completely agree. To me, that's not fucking news. That's stupid-ass entertainment. And that's not even good entertainment. It's just fucking people being people. Why do you need real TV to, like, oh yeah, I need to live vicariously through all these other people because blah, 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 blah.
That reminds me of all the whole fucking MTV era. Ugh.
Oh, well,
The
you don't
death
watch
of MTV.
Jersey Shore. The death of MTV was the moment that they started going after real TV type shit.
It wasn't real, though. It was all scripted.
Well, here's the question. What the fuck does M in MTV stand for?
Music.
Where the fuck is the music?
Died with liquid television.
Literally, dude. Liquid television was the shit back in the day.
I remember that.
Oh my god.
We fucking Beavis and Butthead and Daria and Aeon Flux. Mm-hmm. That shit was awesome.
Oh, fuck yeah, dude.
Then it turned into crap.
Yeah, and like every time you go on, or at least I went on to MTV, I'd be like, all right, yeah, show me some metal. Where's the fucking Headbangers Ball and shit? And it's just like, nope, 4 hours of fucking R&B and rap. Like, no offense to that genre, but what the fuck? Why are you gonna be one note?
Yeah, you kind of got to play a little bit of everything.
Yeah, if you're gonna be a music station, you need to kind of like branch off and not just be like, all right, well, we're gonna listen to the same genre of music with all these same artists that literally sound like the exact same fucking thing back to back.
That's just like radio nowadays. I mean, have you turned on the radio lately?
Yeah, there's a couple of stations that actually do like, but
and most of it's mostly the same stuff over and over again. It's the reason why I don't really care for Imagine Dragons, because I've heard the 5 songs that they play over and over and over again, and it's like, God, I want to fucking kill myself.
No, I completely understand that. I mean, it's either the same fucking like 10 songs from the past 3 years, or it's all the major hits from the 80s.
And 90s.
Yeah, it's just like, here's the next song from Bon Jovi. It's like, oh wow, they came out with new stuff. No, same fucking thing.
Over and over again.
Over and over again. And there's a plethora of fucking musicians out there, but no, they're gonna be like, no, I know everybody down by the river is drinking their fucking PBR and they need their Metallica. They need to ride the lightning, man.
You know, it was a really great underground band. Fucking Fade Resort.
Who are they?
They're this small band that kicked ass. Anyway.
Diddly diddly.
Diddly wah. All right, so let's switch it up again. Go into some more tragedies. 2018 was one of the worst years for school shootings in the U.S. Apparently, we can't figure out that guns kill people.
What?
Yeah, and guns shouldn't be allowed in schools.
I need to tweet this.
Yeah. Oh my God. Fucking controversial thing right here. Guns kill people. No, it doesn't. It's fucking... I'm not even going to get into that whole debate, but approximately 113 kids were killed just this year.
That's a lot of
That's
fucking children.
a lot of fucking kids.
Now, the thing is that why is it children? Why do people see the need to go out and harm kids? I don't get it.
I don't know.
They're the most innocent thing. Do you want to cause pain to other people for no fucking reason? I don't understand.
You're trying to make a statement about something? You're trying to get the media's attention?
You're trying to prove that guns are bad? In that case, you can just fucking shoot yourself. Like, you don't have to shoot somebody else's kid. Just get rid of the fucking evilness in your heart. I'm not advocating that somebody should do that, but I'd rather somebody do that than take out fucking 100 and however many fucking children.
Yes.
And if anybody else wants to fucking argue that fact with me, go for it. You're not going to win.
Yes. So that's been lovely.
Well, the news here just fucking sucks because it's always death, this, death, that, death, death, death. Honestly, we didn't even need to look it up. We should just watch the fucking news for like 3 hours and we probably would have had like 50 other things than just this.
Yeah, because I mean, that's all that's in the news cycle. I mean, you might get a little fluff piece about some stupid little niche thing that's going on, but it's mostly just, oh, this is terrible and that's terrible. But there's a lot of good out there, too.
Oh, yeah, but they don't want to report on that because that's not news savvy nowadays.
Yeah.
Everybody wants the ratings from the most evilest, hateful thing that somebody's done recently.
Then again, look at this episode.
Hey, we are geared towards horror. We are meant for that.
We have a reason to do that. We are not the major news.
No, we are not. We don't advocate to be fucking professional journalists with some type of fucking agenda that we need to be like, oh, we need to fabricate the news. We need to lie about this so that way we get ratings. If you're listening, thank you. But if you're not, well, you should probably show your friends so they listen.
Yeah.
That's really what I have to say about that. I mean, we have journalistic integrity. We're not being paid to say something, though.
No, we're not.
Well, hi, Nancy. But that's our sponsor.
Yes. Yeah, that's a different story. And you know what? That's all about creating positive energy and breaking apart the negative energy.
Exactly. Speaking of, here's a word from our sponsor.
Yeah.
Are you moving into a new home or remodeling a home or office? Are you trying to sell a home but can't seem to find the right people to buy it? Does the energy in certain parts of the home or office feel uncomfortable, spooky, stuck, or blocked? Do you feel your own personal growth, healing, and evolution has stymied? Has there been sudden pain or illness you can't explain? Has there been any deaths? Is anyone having trouble sleeping, restless children in bed, or night terrors? Is there a lot of fighting and bad experiences with the home or office? Do you ever see moving shadows, flying objects, hear voices, or smell weird odors? Do your appliances or machines break down or have mechanical issues often? Do you seem to be having a string of bad luck? If you've answered yes to any of the following questions, please consider getting a clearing by us. Please contact Reverend Nancy for a quote at 630-340-0877 or her partner Amanda at 719-271-7309. Or contact Euphoria Emporium at 715 East State Street in Geneva, Illinois. All right, so moving on away from all this other evilness shit. Let's take the little booms that we were talking about coming from a gun and make that even more powerful. Let's talk about North Korea.
Oh God.
The threat from North Korea stating that they can and will use their nuclear nuclear war.
That happened this year, didn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Multiple fucking times.
Yep.
They were just like, death nah, and they're just like, should we do it? Should we not?
Wasn't there a scare about that?
Yeah. They were threatening to destroy fucking Hawaii. Now, they didn't actually launch it. However, an ill-timed error happened where a warning was actually sent out to the people to prepare for an impact. Luckily, this was just an error, and no one was actually killed.
What a fucking error!
Literally.
Can you imagine if there's any listeners out in Hawaii? Holy shit, what was going through your head?
Literally. Like, you guys are amazing. You guys like, I've seen videos of people just casually walking around like, fuck them. And like, this is, wow, dude, you guys are fucking ballsy. Holy shit. Yeah. But props to you guys for handling that situation very well. Obviously, nobody was killed, but that still brings up the whole fucking fear thing of that we are still in a nuclear age. Like, this shit can fucking happen, and if it did, this could be a life-altering thing, not just for the people who were initially bombed, but the entire world. Are gonna fallout, fucking radiation in the water. We've seen what happened with Fukushima, and that was just one of the fucking the nuclear power plants.
And they're still doing that.
Yeah.
I mean, the entire area has been completely irradiated. There's actually this show, I think I saw it on Netflix, called Dark Tourist. Mm-hmm. And he actually, there is some form of tourist attraction to go see that radioactive fallout. Like, this guy went on a tour bus with people with Geiger counters, and they just started driving. And at some point, they actually got out. They got yelled at, and they were almost got, like, arrested. But, like, they actually got out and were exploring, and their Geiger counters started going fucking nuts. And they're all looking at each other like, we shouldn't be here.
Yeah, I would have fucking left before a death claw came.
Yeah. Oh, God. The other side of Bethesda. The one I've been so eloquently quoting nonstop.
I don't know what would come worse from either Fukushima or Chernobyl. Where do you think the death claws would come from, if it had to come from one?
Ooh.
Personally, I think Chernobyl, because there's been a lot more time for things to mutate.
Yeah, and I would say, a death claw would definitely... I feel like Fukushima would have all of that, like, fresh, super fucked up radioactive creatures.
They would have the super mutants.
It's hard to say, because I think there'd be super mutants either side. But I think they would... But there's certain things that I don't think would survive super long. So, like, the fresh radioactive animals that freshly mutated, that they're super fucked up and they just don't survive.
You'd probably find a bunch of dead mutated mole rats and shit in there, just like everywhere.
God, can you imagine a giant naked mole rat?
Blowfly.
It would look like a giant fucking veiny penis running at you, and I would be terrified.
I would probably just like fall over and just die of initial heart attack, because I don't want to be fucking killed by a dick.
A giant dick with fucking razor sharp teeth.
It sounds like the fucking Zuni doll. Oh my god, Bill, no.
Yeah, I think I'd have a heart attack.
Yeah,
I'd probably die with you. I'd maybe try to run away for a little bit. But if you were already dead, I'm sorry, I'd probably throw your body at it to try to get away.
Yeah, I mean, if I'm already dead, fuck it. Use me for something.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
Because I'm going to try to get away.
Although at the same time, like, I don't know if I'd be initially, like, so scared that I would just try to take off running, or if I would initially be like, it looks like a penis, and just start fucking laughing and trip over myself, and then die.
And then die from fucking tripping.
Yeah. Just, oh, fuck, no.
Yeah, that would suck. I could see it going either way.
Dicked to death.
Dicked to death.
Oh, man.
So what else?
Let's see. We touched upon the Toys R Us thing. Oh, there was a shit ton of fucking UFO sightings this year.
Yeah?
Yeah. I mean, they can be found all over YouTube. It's really hard finding the demographics as to where they were found. A lot of times they don't have the locations on these videos. It's just, oh, here's a compilation of all these videos that were sent in throughout 2018 to like above topsecret.com or strictly to YouTube and other channels and stuff. But you know, it seems like every year there's more and more and more sightings. Actually, I kind of trailed off the other night when I was doing a bunch of research and started looking into the Majestic 12 and a bunch of other shit, but that itself, I believe, should have its own episode. So I'm not going to touch quite upon that.
Oh, that was a dark, dark rabbit hole?
That was a rabbit hole that just is filled with blood.
Ooh.
Filled with blood and mystery, let me put it like that. But for those of you who know about the Majestic 12, that is something we'll be touching upon. And if those of you who don't know about it, look into it because it's fascinating.
Oh, I'm really fascinated.
Yeah.
I've heard of it, but I don't think I've ever really done a deep dive into it.
Just to, like, surface water, the Majestic 12 were the first 12 people who... It was like the committee to essentially look into extraterrestrial life.
Okay.
And because So it started in, I believe, 1947, and it was the original 12 members of this like extraterrestrial life committee that would keep everything hush hush, and they would kind of research everything themselves about essentially aliens coming and contacting us, and like if they posed a threat and whatnot. But we'll get much more into that in a later episode.
Okay.
And
something tasty to look forward to next year.
yeah. We'll have all the definite answers and all the goodies for everybody next year. But that is something to keep in mind, considering that how many of these fucking UFOs have been seen and how closer they're getting. That's what it seems like. Because like back in the day, whenever you see them, or at least the quote unquote evidence, they're always far away. There's little formations in the sky, and it seems like as time has gone by, they're just like, you know what, we give less of a fuck. You guys can't do shit to us. So they just kind of like get closer. Like, what are you gonna do? Shoot at us? Go for it.
Yeah, I can't imagine bullets would really do much against an alien. I feel like they would definitely. Because I mean, let's be real. With how big the universe is, you'd be pretty daft to say that we're the only life that is developed in it.
But Tim. No, I'm not going to go down that road.
Thank you. I know the road you were about to go down.
I saw your eyes. I was like, okay, I won't.
Thank you.
But there are those people who don't believe they can exist. Let's just say that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I honestly don't see how people can think that, because it's literally been proven that there is other life out there. And it may not be intelligent life to what people think, like intelligent as in they can speak, they can make their own languages, they can build shit, but they have literally found fucking microbes and other different things. But
like the goddamn Argonians living under the crust of the earth.
Fucking lizard people.
They found him, guys.
They did.
Attention. This is breaking news. Not really breaking, it's not what we thought, but there was a vast ecosystem of underground organisms that hold more life than Earth's oceans. They were discovered.
That's hot.
Between 1 to 3 miles below it within the Earth's crust. It's single-cell organisms, mostly bacteria and stuff like that, but like more than the world's oceans twice over.
But I'm just gonna say this: we haven't even fully explored the oceans. Like
No, we haven't.
So I don't know how they can legit say that, but okay, let's say
because that's probably where the Argonians are living. You know, let's just say that out right now.
The Argonians are working with fucking Cthulhu, man.
Yeah, and they're the ones. I just saw some news actually today, or maybe it was yesterday, that some scientists have been approved to try to bring people back to life using stem cells.
I've seen that article being passed around for like 4 fucking years. I don't know what to fucking believe, because it's like the title of this article changes almost every year to bring in more people, and I don't know if it's legit or not, because realistically, the fucking Soviets were doing this shit back in the 40s.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, because I read the article and all I thought of was, where's my soul stones? I play too much Elder Scrolls, guys. I'm sorry. I apologize.
The Argonians are summoning the Elder Gods, man.
They're using necromancy.
That's why all these tidal waves and shit are happening. It's just fucking Cthulhu farting.
So do you have any other fucked up news?
I just talked about the UFOs. Let's see. We had those creepy ass seismic waves that wrapped all around the Earth like just a few weeks ago, and literally no one felt it, and scientists have no idea where the fuck it came from. So that's alarming.
That's interesting.
Yeah, seismic waves that literally wrapped around the planet, and everybody's like, I didn't feel a thing.
Oh.
Yeah, either we are stupid, or we are...
I mean, humankind is pretty dumb. Let's just go out and say that right off the bat.
I'll say a majority of humankind is dumb. There are those few people that actually are good people, and they know what and what not to do.
Yeah.
But corruption and money and greed and hate and, fucking... I don't know why I was going to say outroker, but...
Okay, let's blame him.
I have nothing against the guy. It's just his name popped in my head for some fucking reason. That was weird.
Now it's going to be stuck in my head. I'm just going to be randomly talking and just suddenly Al Roker.
Well, I guess that's a new thing now.
Yeah. Guys, Al Roker.
Other than the creepy seismic waves and stuff, this actually goes along with what you were talking about, like the organisms and stuff. A new plague that could come from organisms living in the Arctic areas. As the ice caps are melting away, more and more evidence is showing that life can succeed in places we didn't think really could. Finding worms that are being thawed began to move and even eat. This is a fear that bacteria or viruses from thousands of years ago come back to wipe out mankind, as we have no idea what it could be and how disastrous it could be to the human body. We don't have any immunity built up to any of these, so if anything is to happen, you're talking like something from the very base form of everything. It could literally be like the Black Death again. We could see a substantial decrease in human population due to things that come back. But only time will tell if we actually go the way of a new plague, and if we do, and if there are indeed survivors, they will hopefully be able to repopulate the planet, ushering a new version of Ring Around the Rosie.
Oh boy.
Yeah. Because we all know what that song's about.
I love how you brought that there.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Ring around, everybody's dead. I've got 3 more things, actually.
Okay.
We've gotten to the point that we need to essentially cool down the planet. At least this is what all these environmentalists are saying, scientists and shit. And they are willing to do this at the cost of spraying sulfuric acid into the air.
Huh.
Now, we are already spraying chemicals into the air, which kills a large number of people per year, which they say the number of infected or affected people are about 1 million people per year. So now they want to add more chemicals, specifically sulfuric acid, into spraying the shit into the air, which will raise the death toll by 1%, which, if you do the math, is 10,000 more people. So annually, there will be about 1 million people affected by the chemicals in the air. Now add on 1 million and 10,000 people. Still, no one is wanting to cut back on pollution or anything like that. They'd much rather see people die than, lose money in their business or anything like that. It just seems like we'll find another way. Like, oh, don't worry about it. We'll cross that bridge once we get to it. Oh, fucking 1 million people are going to be affected by this. Oh, we can raise it up another 10,000? It's whatever.
Oh, God.
And, this guy came onto the Colbert Report and was talking to him about it. And I'm sure you could find the interview on YouTube or any of the other sites or even ComedyCentral.com. But he's an advocate for this. It's so fucking alarming. Saying that, if we wanted to get everything situated, or at least for the most part by 2020 or 2021, we'd have to start now by using I think around 3 commercial jetliners with a couple 100,000 gallons of the sulfuric acid, which, mind you, does not evaporate or disappear into the fucking atmosphere. No, it's gonna rain down on people.
Because that's gonna somehow cool the planet.
Hashtag acid rain.
Yeah, there we go.
So, that's gonna be fucking great. And even if it does, to me, that spells disastrous consequences. What if they spray too much and we get too cold and we go into nuclear winter? If we block out the heat from the fucking sun, what's gonna happen then? If this is all a natural thing and you're fucking with the natural order of things, how is this gonna affect us in the long run? And, scientists will be like, oh, well, this is scientifically proven to do this, blah, 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 blah. Fuck you, scientists. There's a lot of things you guys don't know that you're just like, well, this is interesting, but why does this happen? Well, you don't know why it happens. Why? Because we are probably the first fucking people on this planet that, in this middle of these ice ages, have fucking succeeded in doing the type of shit that we're doing now. So these scientists can't get their fucking heads up their asses just being like, oh, we know exactly what we're gonna do. This is a definite. Science is changing every other fucking year. Why jeopardize all of us? Go ahead and jeopardize yourself. Go find a small planet just like fucking Earth. Go to it. Fuck yourself there. and then let us know if you're still alive, and then maybe we'll try it.
That's quite an extreme, but okay.
I don't think little Keegan down the fucking road needs to die from fucking acid rain just because you're sweating. I'm sorry.
Got a little heated there.
Well, that's why we're gonna cool down the planet.
It's where sulfuric acid comes into play.
Yeah, it all comes full circle, Tim. Speaking of circles, we have these reindeer going fucking crazy and running in circles. Now, I'm not playing here. This is an actual video that is from the official anonymous YouTube channel. For those of you who, I guess, don't know about Anonymous, look into them. They're a great hacking company. Let's just put it like that. But they find a lot of weird shit around the world, the internet, and they bring it to the public's eye. Well, if this is actually true from this video, this like family is driving down this road and they see this solitary reindeer just literally walking in a circle. They literally pull up within a foot of it and they're just filming it, and it doesn't even seem to acknowledge them.
And
it's
that's
just
weird.
Yeah, just constantly walking in a circle. Oh, like, oh, okay, well, that's really fucking bizarre. Maybe it got injured or something, or maybe it's not right in the head. So they drive away. Well, then it cuts to another video where somebody took a drone and flew it over a farm. And I shit you not, there are these, like, 3 areas, and there has to be, like, probably about 50 reindeer in each little area. And it looks like they're fucking moshing the Meshuggah. I'm not kidding, dude. Like, they're in a death pit, just going ham. And there's only, like, maybe 2 or 3 in the very center that aren't even moving, just completely stationary. But all of them are going in this fucking, I want to say clockwise type motion, but I can't guarantee that all of them are going clockwise. But they are all going in some type of circle formation. And no one has any idea why the hell this is happening.
Reindeer rituals. I'm going to say that right now.
They're trying to summon Santa.
They're trying to summon Santa to stop the fuckery of the planet.
Hopefully they know the spelling of Santa and not getting it mixed up with Satan.
Ho, ho, ho.
Ho, ho, horrible.
So what's the last thing you got for us?
The last thing I have are these goddamn sinkholes that are popping up everywhere, even outside the White House. They fear that a number of these sinkholes that are growing in number are forming so closely together that one day soon they will literally essentially join. So one that's about 10 miles away, and there's another one that's another 50 miles away. Somewhere in between that, there's going to be another one, and then closely another one, another one, another one. Eventually, it's all going to link, and that entire area is just going to collapse in.
That's terrifying.
That is absolutely terrifying. It's the ground beneath you giving away. That's the only thing that we have.
Yeah.
Like, we can't fucking fly. If we could fly, that'd be great. But, and this is not isolated cases. This is all over the fucking planet.
They don't have any idea as to why this is happening?
I mean, they speculate on certain things like underground, like caverns, waterways, and shit like that. Just over time, the water pushes away so much rock that it loses its support.
Okay.
So, I mean, I could see that, but at the same time, like, with all these things just kind of, like, popping up and as large as they are. I mean, there was a couple years ago where, like, an entire city block is just fucking gone.
Jesus.
Yeah, it's fucking nuts. But that's pretty much about the end of my list of crazy shit that just kept popping up and catching my attention.
I guess I'm going to start steering us to one of pretty much the last segment of this episode. And let's bring it to some happiness. Let's take it some happiness. Let's talk about the great horror movies that came out this year.
Okay.
A lot of these, I'm sad to say, I haven't seen. They've been on my list. I haven't gotten around to seeing them. The first one was A Quiet Place.
You haven't seen that?
I have not seen A Quiet Place. I know you've seen it, though.
Yeah, actually, that was one of our first reviews, like, will it scare you reviews.
I remember that. I didn't do it, and I specifically refused to listen to it because I didn't want it spoiled for me.
You'll have massive spoilers. Just note, I remember I named 2 characters, Destined to Die number 1, Destined to Die number 2. Oh, and Puddle of Grandma. It was great. That's all you need to know.
Puddle of Grandma.
Puddle
all
of
right.
Grandma.
It's like an offshoot of Puddle of Mud. Probably better, though. The next one, again, I'm kind of upset that I haven't seen this one, was Hereditary. I have heard rave reviews about this movie.
It's great, but there is such a big fucking plot hole in it, and I will save it, but I'm sure those of you who have seen it, all I'm going to say is the car scene. But, yeah, Tim, once you see that, I want you to save it for when we get back on air, and I want you to tell me, like, what the fuck you thought about it, because personally, I love the movie, but there are plot holes in it that just don't make sense, but I did like it.
The next one that came up on the list was Making America Great, The First Purge.
I actually just watched it the other night.
How was it?
It wasn't that bad.
I never really cared for any of the Purge movies before. I mean, I saw them and I was just kind of like, eh.
The first one, I will tell you, don't base the rest of the movies off the first one. The first one was like, think of it like a pilot episode.
Okay.
So, I mean,
the reason why I haven't seen it and the reason why I never cared for it is I can't wrap my head around the fact that it's like, as a society, have we fallen down that, like, have we fallen so far down that if there's a 12-hour period where all crime is legal, all you're going to do is murder? Come on. Really?
No, that actually is taken care of in this movie.
Okay.
Yeah, because you know how we were just like, if there's a purge, why not just rob a bank? Like get some financial situation out of this.
Yeah, see, I mean, that's what I would do.
That is, I mean, spoiler alert. I'll just say this right now because it really doesn't affect the movie at all. That is literally the first kill.
Okay.
Yeah, and I can see how it could easily happen, like the purge legit, by the way that they went in. To kind of like brainwashing people into believing that this is for a just cause and shit, and obviously the government has a huge fucking play in it. But the way that they do it is probably the most believable thing, rather than just being like, oh, everybody can just do what you want. Because, not everybody's going to be incited to go out and cause mayhem and, all that other fucked up shit. But
the next one that we have seen, we have done a review on it. The Nun.
Never saw it.
Oh, no, you weren't there?
No.
I just saw it with Diane and some guy that looked like the shell of Pat.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, that was Tap.
Go back and listen to that episode. When was that? That was a couple months ago.
Yeah.
So you're talking like, I don't know, 8, maybe between 7 to 9 episodes ago?
Shit, dude. I'm losing track of how many episodes we put out.
Yeah, I know. I've been debating whether or not I should start numbering them, but
I just think about it like each year is a season.
I know. I kind of think that too.
So we're kind of coming to a close on season 2.
Yeah.
This is the end of season 2. Season 3 is next year. Yeah.
Yeah. Halloween.
The new one that just came out?
Yes.
I've not seen it. I want to.
Yes, I have not seen it either. So I don't really have much to say on that.
No, I'm excited to see it. I mean, whenever you hear about these old movies and like
the remakes.
Yeah, I mean, you hear about the Rob Zombie one, and like I know the fans are fucking divided about that one. I liked the darkness, the atmosphere, but I didn't care for the way it was really taken.
I mean, I thought it was interesting that it really kind of explored more of his childhood and kind of the buildup of a psychopath.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I'm curious about it. I've heard mixed reviews on this one, so
yeah, I just like the fact that the original actors come back to actually play the same roles again. Yeah. So.
And then the last one I have on this list, especially after the last episode we did, Suspiria, I really want to see it.
The remake?
The remake. I really want to see the remake. You really need to see the original.
Yeah.
It was fantastic.
Yeah, I'll probably watch Suspiria, the original, back to back with the remakes, just so that way I can see the transition.
Yeah, let's make a movie night of it. Let's do it over this break.
Yeah, I could. Also with
Hey, we can double date finally.
Yeah, we haven't done that.
You and Nikki and then me and Diane. That'd be perfect.
Another back to back that we should do, just so that way you can understand what I'm talking about when it comes to the whole Dawn of the Dead thing. Watching the original and then watching the remake.
Yeah.
The original is beautiful in its own right. The remake is also good in its own right, but like my biggest thing is just the fucking zombie baby.
So now Those were the movies the good horror movies from 2018, the ones that we thought deserved a shout out.
Yeah.
So now I made a list of the movies that I'm looking forward to next year. Let's look to the future now.
Okay.
What can we expect from 2019 as far as horror movies go? And I'm actually pretty excited for next year. It looks like we're going to be getting some good ones. The first one, right off the bat, fucking Pet Sematary.
Yeah.
I am excited.
Sometimes that is better.
Yes, it's supposed to come out, I think it said April. The trailer has been released, so we're right around the corner from that.
420 bit. Sorry.
I actually have a wedding to go to on 420.
Sometimes stoned is better. What?
Lindsay and Judd, I can't wait for your wedding. It's going to be such a blast.
Oh my God, that's right. They're engaged. I completely forgot about that.
Yep. Their
Congratulations.
Wedding, guess when their wedding is?
Huh.
420.
Oh my God, really?
Yes.
You guys rock.
And I will be actually emceeing it too.
No shit.
They've asked me to MC, and I am so excited. I love both of them. They are wonderful people. I love you guys, and I'm so looking forward to your wedding.
We'll also be having, hopefully sometime soon, most likely in season 3, because obviously we're at a close right now for 2. But we will be having Bored to Death game nights with them.
Yes.
Which Judd actually has the board game for the movie The Thing.
Escape from Outpost some 31?
Yeah, I'm fucking excited for it because
I know.
The movie's fucking great, and if they have a game for it, I'm all down to play that.
John Carpenter's The Thing remains one of my top picks for horror movies.
It's great. It's perfect.
It's so perfect. And even when they came out with the new one from 2012, it was so brilliantly done. It was done in the perfect way, but we won't get into that right now.
Quick side note, there was a knockoff game that I'm calling it a knockoff because it is literally a mix of Resident Evil and The Thing. And Tim and I were very much into this game. It was one of those underrated horror games that we found in like a 99-cent bin, and it was called Extermination, and it was for the PS2.
That game was so fun.
And you go to like Antarctica, there's a base there, it was some type of meltdown, and that's a very Resident Evil thing. You get in there, but everything is like transformed into this like alien mutant thing, which is straight from The Thing. Mm-hmm. And you have to kill everything with fire. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, the entire time, you're just fucking, I almost said Russell Crowe. That is not what I meant. Kurt Russell. You were Kurt Russell. You're not running around punching people.
The next one, on the same note of Stephen King, one that I am probably the most excited for. It Chapter 2.
Yes.
Now that is in post-production right now.
Idris Elba.
Oh, God. Bill Skarsgård, you did a wonderful job. We're going to have...
Oh, yeah.
There was an episode that I've been planning to do, and we're saving it for this fucking movie to come out. I'm so excited. The first one was so fantastic. If you haven't seen it, please go see it. That's another movie that I've seen like 5 times in theaters. It was brilliant.
Yeah, it was a great adaptation. I mean, the original will always hold a special place in my heart. I love Tim Curry, but I love the way that this it made it feel horrific. It made it feel like something was so dark and always behind you, and like no matter where you were in this movie, it had a very Stranger Things feel to it.
Now before this movie came out, in anticipation for it, I decided, you know what, I've never read the book, let's read the book. And I gotta say, as much as, you know, the first one kind of held a special place in my heart, you know, Tim Curry, awesome, it just wasn't scary. To me, it's like,
Campy.
That wasn't Pennywise. Mm-hmm. That was a clown, but it wasn't as terrifying as Pennywise was in the book. And this one, I thought, did such a damn good job to capture the truly evil, malefic creature that was it.
Mm-hmm. I mean, you've told me a decent amount about the book, but I personally have not read it.
Dude,
so
a kid got his head ripped off within the first 50 pages.
Well, that's perfect.
Brutally ripped off. Let me just add that. Anyway, we'll keep going on. Here's one that I know you're excited for. The Grudge. Mm-hmm. It is getting remade. I am excited because the first one... and I know you've seen the original Japanese one.
Yeah, Ju-on.
And I have not seen that, so... I'm curious about this one. Is it going to go that route? Maybe that's another movie we should watch soon before it comes out.
The original Grudge also, too, in its own respect, did take place in Japan, where it was, at least I'm pretty sure it was Japan, where it originally was filmed at. So it did keep a sense of how the atmosphere was supposed to originally be, which I love that they actually went the extra mile to do that instead of bringing it over and making it Western, which, a quick side note, I am very, very scared about the future of the Western adaptation of Train to Busan.
They're getting a Western adaptation of Train to Busan.
I don't get how you're going to do that. There's no place over here called Busan. What is it going to be? Train to Albuquerque? It's not going to be the same.
Now, you mentioned Rob Zombie. He's bringing it back. 3 from Hell.
Yep.
This one I'm excited for. What was it? House of a Thousand Corpses. Mm-hmm. I was kind of like,
I didn't care for that movie.
Yeah, I didn't care for it too much. It was very like torture porn-esque, and I'm just not really into those kind of horror flicks.
Yeah.
But Devil's Rejects was fantastic.
Yeah, I will say that. I mean, it was fucking gritty, but it had a different feel.
Yes.
Much different feel.
And I'm curious exactly how this one's going to go. Ever since they've announced they were going to do this, I have been just wondering, how do you continue the story?
Yeah, after the Freebird part,
which was an epic ending.
Oh, hell yeah.
I loved that ending.
I hope I go out that way.
Now the next one, this is kind of like a horror comedy aspect, but I'm actually pretty excited for this one.
Which one?
Zombieland 2.
Is that supposed to come out this year?
That's filming right now, actually. From the IMDb page, it is filming. It should be scheduled to release sometime next year. So I'm curious, and it's all the original cast, all the same characters. So it's just like, all right, let's keep this train rolling, because that was a good one.
Yeah, I liked the movie. I definitely liked it. It was a good comedy horror movie that I don't think had really been in that same category, at least personally for me, since Shaun of the Dead.
Yeah, which was another fantastic horror comedy.
The best rom-com, in my opinion.
It was a rom-com with zombies. What more could you ask for?
Exactly. Actually, speaking of horror movies and stuff, as of right now, I think it's in theaters. Anna and the Apocalypse. I want to see it. It's a fucking Christmas time zombie apocalypse musical.
That's quite a mashup.
Yes, and I am interested because I've thought about personally making one before, like a musical, with zombies, because I just thought it'd be funny. And they literally made one. And so I'm just like, holy shit. Okay, I need to see how this turned out.
Now, okay, I got 2 last ones that I want to throw onto the list for next year. They're supposedly making a new Annabelle movie. It is, as of yet, untitled from their IMDb page. They are filming it right now. So, curious which route they're going to go. The first one. The one that they just came out with. I don't remember. Yes, it was Creation.
I loved it.
That one was really good.
But I loved the first one.
Yeah, the first one was just kind of like, don't really care for this. But that one really kind of brought it back to okay, you guys can do something good with it. So the fact that they're making another is kind of like, all right, I'm curious. I'm not going to say that this is something I have to go see, but you've piqued my interest.
Yeah, because right now, there was the Annabelle movie, which I didn't care for. I watched the entire thing. I was waiting for something to happen. And the only part that even got to me, I was like, oh yeah, that would be creepy, is the basement scene. When the lights start coming off.
Yeah.
And it's just like, just go back upstairs. Go back upstairs. That's fucking eerie. And that was the only thing that got to me in that movie. But I thoroughly loved Creation. From beginning to end. I loved it.
And now the last one that I'm going to bring up. Now this one I know a lot of people are on the fence about. They are remaking Child's Play.
Yep.
And it is in post-production right now.
I don't agree with it.
I am not sure. See, I never really got into the whole Chucky doll. For me, it was all about the Zuni doll. So,
Chucky holds a special place in my heart.
I mean, I saw Bride of Chucky, which was funny.
It's a comedy, dude. It's a dark-ass comedy.
I guess one that I just want to throw out that I'm really excited for, they are bringing back the Leprechaun.
Yes, I cannot wait for that because they can never be as bad as the original. And that's what made it what it was.
That was a movie that you love to hate.
One of my favorites is Leprechaun in the Hood.
They stole me, bling. I'm just never gonna get over that one scene in the first one where he says that little rhyme and then that chick's ass and her boobs and then her lips just exploded. She's freaking out, trying to run away as it keeps getting bigger and bigger and bigger.
She's stuck in that doorway and explodes. Ass and shit goes everywhere.
It was so fucking funny.
It was so bad.
Oh god, I love it.
There was one other death in one of those movies. I don't remember which one it was, but the leprechaun brainwashes this fucking teenager into seeing this chick in a garage, and from his perspective, she's opening up her chest and oh, look at my boobies, and he's just doing that type thing, hands out like a mummy trying to reach for her, and all it is literally a fucking a lawnmower. And it's just, and he just fucking throws himself into it. It is the worst thing. But the only other thing I'm going to add on to this is that it's amazing to know that in the first Leprechaun movie, Jennifer Aniston was the main character.
Really?
Yep.
I'm going to go back and look through that because I can't believe that.
Yep. Just like Johnny Depp was in the Nightmare on Elm Street.
Yeah. Wasn't he the one that got sucked in the bed?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah. So, okay, that's it for the horror movies. I guess let's end this episode because we've been going for...
Well, I have a couple other things that I'm looking forward to, not just fucking movies, though.
Huh.
Resident Evil 2. Let's just talk about that for a few minutes.
Oh, God.
With how long it's been over... it's been about 20 years since that, because I think it came out in 1998. So, just over 20 years later, it's finally fucking coming out. And it looks so goddamn good, and there are so many fans who are fucking butthurt about the whole Leon looks like he's baby faced. Well, dude, it's fucking if you look at the timeline of everything, he's in his fucking late 40s as of right now. You gotta go back. Obviously, he's not gonna look like he's in his 40s when he's 20 unless he's been smoking crack for fucking 10 years.
Since he's been 10?
Yeah.
I mean, from the original story, he's fresh on the PD.
Yeah, I think he's 22 or something like that, and
Claire's
really 18 or something.
They gotta look really fucking young.
Exactly.
So get over it.
Not to mention, they look real. It looks so fucking good. Same with Annette Birkin and Sherry and Ada.
I'm excited for it. It's going to be wonderful. We could talk for hours about it, but I am going to have to cut you off because we have been going for more than an hour.
Fuck it. It's our last episode. It's our last episode of 2012, but I'm just waiting to see Hunk.
Yeah, and I'm curious. I want to see how Birkin looks.
There's a video of it, and Tim, oh my god, dude. Oh my god.
So, okay, I hope they do it the original way, because, okay, for the fans, Resident Evil 2 was a game that both me, Pat, and I hold very close to our hearts. We spent so many days just locked into your fucking bedroom and your living room playing it over and over and over again, to the point that both of us were able to fucking beast that fucking game.
Oh yeah, we did speedruns and
S rankings, never saved, never healed. We got fucking good.
Yeah, we got close to about an hour and a half beating you got Leon's story and I got Claire's story, and we were about around an hour and a half. And when you look at the speedruns for world records and shit, we were close at the time.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah, at the time that we were doing it, it was very close.
Damn it!
Yeah, so I was just whoa. Dude, we got really fucking good at that game.
That game was so much fun.
Oh, speaking of, they redid Kendo.
Really?
From the gun shop.
Really?
Yeah, he doesn't look like a bitch. So it looks like it's going to turn out to be really good. But, yeah, there's a lot to come from that game. And there's one thing that I'm actually, worried about.
Huh.
Microtransactions.
Ooh.
I don't know how that's going to play into the fucking storyline. Because, why do you need that?
Did they say that they're using microtransactions?
Yeah.
Oh.
But the question is how are you going to do that with the original game? Are they going to try to fuck everybody over and just be in order to get to finish the story, or to get mercenaries, or the fourth survivor thing, when you play as Hunk and you grab the fucking G-Virus and you have to make it back to the RPD building to get extracted. I don't want that to be a DLC. That was in the original fucking game. You give us what the original thing was.
I'm hoping, let's hope that they just do it kind of like a, what would make sense to me is okay, you want to pay like $5 and start off with a bunch of ammo and a bunch of guns? Cool, here you go.
Yeah, I could see that.
I could see that, and I could justify that. Because then it's just like, it's not, you have to pay all these microtransactions to get through the game. Now it's just, you want all the luxuries to get through it comfortably, then you gotta pay.
Yeah.
That would make sense.
I'm gonna do it the real gamer way, and I'm gonna unlock everything.
Yes.
And,
I mean, how many times did you beat Resident Evil 4? Exactly. You had
over 20 times.
Yes, you had a GameCube
memory card
with, I believe, the last count that I heard you say was about 28 playthroughs of it.
It was around. I played it more than 28 times, but I had to keep deleting my previous thing because I kept beating my times. So I have an entire memory card that is literally just Resident Evil 4 with better times all the way down. And like I think the longest one was like 37 hours because my dumbass passed out for like 15 hours one night, and I was just like, oh shit, I didn't pause. You just see Leon's just chilling there, and I'm just like, all right, let's continue. Fuck it.
So, is there anything else? Because what can our fans listen to and look forward to next year? What are they going to get from us next year?
Well, we do have a couple things on the line right now that we've been talking about for some time, and as in some time, I mean a couple fucking years in the making.
If you're going to talk about what I think you're talking about.
We are going to be bringing back something that we have been working on, not working on, but like we did work on it. We had an entire show that we did, and it was right. Let's just say off the boat. It was really fucking rough.
We had no production.
No lighting, no sound.
This was a short, like 7-episode series that had absolutely no production, that had no money whatsoever. The scripts were written as we were meeting up to go shoot filming.
Yeah, I would literally be up all night trying to come up with a concept, and everybody would show up at my place, and everybody's surrounding me like, okay, what are you doing today? And you just hear me typing at the thing. I'm like, guys, give me 5 minutes. I'm almost done with the script, and everybody's just giving me this look. I'm just like, fuck off, I haven't slept. And like, oh man.
It was entertaining,
but
bad, good, whatever you think of it.
This show is called Purgatory Heights, and essentially, Tim plays Jesus, I play Damien, and Meat Hanky played this kid named Rodney. And he ends up dying, and he...
Going to Purgatory.
Yeah, goes to Purgatory, and I'm Damien, and I needed a roommate. So I kidnap him, and I forced him to essentially live with me. But we need another roommate, so we ended up going out and getting Jesus.
Hi.
Who was down by a river living in a cardboard box.
Who is also extremely addicted to drugs.
But there was a reason as to why. He was suppressing his powers because he was way too powerful. And like, we had all these crazy ideas, and they all were based off of like ideologies and mythologies and stuff like that, just kind of playing it into our own little world that we created. And we created this big fucking thing where the universe was being destroyed. And
guys, there were quite a few fight scenes that, might I say, were mighty entertaining.
Oh yeah. Actually, one of our good friends, Matt, was in it. He's part of the Whippet team, the Witches Hill Paranormal Investigative team, and he plays himself as well as a character called Hatman, who I train in a demon academy.
He also played St. Peter.
Oh yeah, he also played St. Peter. Yeah,
he was mad at me.
he was a very versatile character.
So, since we're bringing this back next year, go ahead. We want you to find this. Go on to YouTube. How can they find this on YouTube?
Oh shit, I don't even remember on what page it's on. Just type in Purgatory Heights and type in like Pat or Tim or something like that. You'll eventually fucking find it because it doesn't look good.
We're gonna put a link to the channel, the YouTube channel. Unfortunately, I'm gonna apologize ahead of time. Like we said, it's very bad, but please enjoy it. We enjoy the hell out of how bad it is.
Oh yeah, that was the whole thing. It was so bad, it was just funny to us. So next year we will be bringing it back.
Making a few changes.
Yeah, actually quite a number of changes, but production value is definitely going up.
We actually are putting money into it, guys.
Yeah, it's actually going to be a pretty watchable show, but we do have a lot of ideas going into this, so just bear with us. We don't have a time as to when it's actually coming out, but it will be out sometime in 2019. So look out for Purgatory Heights.
What else do we have going? I mean, of course, we have. We're in talks with a couple different places for the next paranormal investigation.
Yep.
Nothing locked down yet. We're still trying to get together all our equipment list and everything, and locking down the location.
I do have one that I would really like to go to. It's down in Missouri. It's called the Crescent Hotel.
You've talked about that, and I would not mind. I know we would need. I know there's supposedly it's something that. I remember you said it's something that is more active with
women.
Yes,
that's it. Like apparently, it only affects women. Men, nobody apparently is affected by it, but women. They are. So I want to bring like Nikki and whoever else who is willing.
We need to bring Diane. I'm going to say right off the bat, if we're going to go to that, Diane is someone that she is a hard skeptic, but she wants to believe. But she wants the proof. She wants hard, solid proof to be able to say, okay, yes, this is something I believe in. And I respect that.
I just don't know what it would be that would, because there's those skeptics who don't necessarily obviously believe, but in my mind I it's just like, what do you need to believe? Like, what do you need to see? What do you need to experience? Because everybody's different. So one person could see like a piece of paper fly across the room and like, oh fuck, that's it. Whereas anybody else could be like, oh well, maybe that was a draft somewhere. But even if there wasn't a draft, it's still, oh, there has to be some type of scientific explanation for it. So the varying degrees of like how hard of proof do you need?
Well, it's something that we can all figure out together.
Yeah, because I've been to the Crescent Hotel once. Twice. But I never actually stayed there. I visited, and it's creepy because right across the way on the other side of like a mountainside, I think this was right over there. There's like a statue of like Jesus. Yeah, it's I don't know. It puts me into a weird place as I'm standing there, just like, oh, well, am I gonna die walking into this place? But the Crescent Hotel in Missouri, that is something that we were looking into as long as, or as well as other places like Centralia.
And besides our normal episodes, we got a lot of ideas for some new stuff that we want to be bringing to you guys as well. So you know what? As this year comes to a close, I guess we can just say that, like, stick around. We're taking a 2-week break, but we're gonna be coming back. And we're coming back with a fucking vengeance in 2019.
There's 3 other things.
Yeah?
There's only 3 other things. We are also in the progress of trying to build up our first Let's Play.
Yes! Oh, I didn't know if we were actually announcing that. So
yeah.
we want to have, we're trying to start up a Let's Play channel on YouTube. Or wherever. I don't know exactly where we're going to be posting it yet.
It'll probably be like on our original one. We'll just have like our own like playlist for it,
And we want to sit down and pretty much just play some horror games. You know what? I think we're going to have to, because of our big talk here.
Oh, I'm doing Resident Evil 2, definitely.
We both, me and you, have to do each of us.
You have to do Leon's, and I have to do Claire's.
That's fine. It's been years since we played it, and I'm sure we're going to suck.
It's going to be different, dude.
It's going to be so hard.
We should do the original and the new one.
Yes, that's not a bad idea.
Do the comparison, see how quickly we can do it, and see how much we can remember.
It's a great idea.
I can't wait to actually get scared, because I want to do it in like surround sound, pitch black, and like just get freaked out, because I don't get freaked out by shit.
Oh, fuck yeah. So what else? What else are we allowing our listeners to know about?
If everything goes as planned, if this is a hard if, very hard, like a big thick veiny if, sorry, we were wanting to eventually get a booth at a con, but we don't know which con, how much it's going to cost, or where we will actually be, but we are hoping to eventually get something going. Other than that, Ghoulish Mortals in St. Charles, they are still doing amazing things at their store. They have a lot more now. They have, like, their back area for like the more older teenagers and adults, their gory sections. They have great fucking macabre shit there, like demonic dolls, and like there's one called Autopsy Annie.
Oh,
it is just ripped open and shit. They got a lot more art that is all over the fucking board. They got like Shaun of the Dead, Alien, fucking Clockwork Orange, fucking The Crow, anything that you could really think of, this place has it, and they're just growing even more. Their basement currently is not open, but once it is, they're going to be doing like parties and movie viewings and stuff like that. And I had originally messaged them earlier last year talking to them about doing a screening. And so hopefully, if everything is played in our order, can't guarantee anything, but we may just have a screening of our Melrose house. So,
or we got a lot of stuff that we could have a screening of there.
And the last thing I just want to like plug really quick is that I'm excited for the game Days Gone.
Okay, yeah, you've been talking about that a lot.
Yeah, it's like a zombie apocalypse thing with the mechanics of GTA.
All right, fuck yeah.
Yeah, but that's literally all I have written down. I have had a shit ton written down.
Well, it's been a fantastic year, guys.
Oh, fuck yeah, and we'd appreciate everybody listening in, all of you in the United States and all of you in
all over
Europe.
the world.
Yeah.
We've been picking up a lot
Tanzania.
Yeah, I think we've had a couple downloads there, and I was a little like, wow, that's awesome.
Africa, Sweden, fucking everywhere, dude. You guys are awesome. We appreciate every view, and
share with all your friends. Show our podcast to everyone.
Oh yeah, and obviously we are always accepting stuff. So if you want to post up on our group page on Facebook, or just give us a like on our business page at facebook.com/Witches Hill Radio, that would be very much accepted and appreciated. We
as usual, I guess, like, subscribe, follow.
Yeah, and
Facebook, Twitter, Instagram.
If you have any suggestions as to what you would like to see or hear, or if you have any fucked up stories that you'd like to be presented to the light, we will definitely do that for you. But you have to send it to witcheshillradio@gmail.com in order to submit it. So,
or if you're someone in the local area, which this has to tie into something I'm going to tell you off of air. Contact one of us. Tell us your stories, because we want to hear it.
Oh, yes, definitely. Fabricated or not, we would love just to hear your creative ideas or your horrifying true experiences. Yeah.
Well, guys, it's been a wonderful year, and we will see you in the next.
Indeed. And not the next life, the next year. And don't forget to check out on the 21st as to who won the Yule Special Mystery Giveaway.
How are we announcing it on the Facebook?
Yes, that will be on the Facebook. That will be on our business page and then linked to the group page.
Okay.
So there is still time to enter it, but again, you have to enter it at witcheshillradio@gmail.com.
And I think when this is posted, you only got a couple days, so get on it.
Yep. And until the 21st, that is when Yule is. So.
And until January 9th.
Yep.
We will see you guys then.
Indeed. Granted that everything goes swimmingly.
Swimmingly.
If there's any delays, you will be notified on our Facebook page.
Alright, guys. Stay fucking spooky.
Yeah. Let the spookies reign in.
Yeah.
Witches Hill.